Snickers.
$1,000 bar.
Oh, I like paper.
Plastic.
I like to go to Germany or Ireland, more favorite. Yeah.
I'd like to go to Ireland. My mother's people are from there.
My wife.
My parents were foster parents, and they would take in newborn babies between the time they were born and placed with their new parents. And in Illinois, took about 6 to 8 weeks before a baby could be placed. And so there was always a newborn in the house. And I just knew that must be something very important.
"1983 in August.
1983, and it took us 9 months appropriately to form and give birth to the corporation. And everything that we needed to start with, a beat up file cabinet,
That's right.
emergency diapers and blankets and that kind of thing, until we grew into office space, official space. But that was where we gave birth. Bill Banks, who was the chairman of Wisconsin Right to Life Fox Valley, offered us seed money, $2,000 at the time, if we would establish a walk-in crisis pregnancy service. And we figured we would need 7, 8 people to help us with that. And so we tapped our friends, and we fortunately had 7 or 8 of them, and that became our first board of directors. Well, we knew that the local abortion chamber had been in operation for 5 years, and the owner-operator at the time in 1983 more or less bragged that 5,000 women had been through her facility in a 5-year period. And we were just appalled and thinking, I wonder if they had had somewhere else to go, would they have done that? Would they have done something else? And that was our motivation, primarily, that abortion was supposedly a choice, but there was no choice. They had one place to go if they were in a crisis pregnancy. So we were just moved. I think, looking back, it was God.
Oh, absolutely.
Wanted those children rescued. And if he could have found 2 more unqualified people, he would have chosen them. But
School teacher and a mother.
yeah, so.
I was never tempted to quit.
I don't think I was ever tempted to quit. I definitely wondered how it was going to happen and where the resources would come from. But we were just naive and trusting that if it was put on our hearts to do this, it would happen.
We found a lawyer in Nina who gave us articles of incorporation and sent them in.
But whatever we needed administratively,
Yeah. We found people that could do it for nothing because
Yeah.
we didn't have any
we
money.
had no money. Yeah. Bill Banks, Wisconsin Right to Life, gave us a grant of $2,000 and said, take this and go as far as you can with it. And we first, like people would probably be inclined to do went to well-to-do persons, thinking, well, they can help us a lot. But what we learned was it was little people who gave us just a little, but there were many of them. And so our first month's rent was coming due, $200, and we did not have $200. And we got an invitation to speak at a church. And we went before this group. We were completely untrained in speaking, and we just put it out there what we needed. And they gave us $2,000, which was 10 times what we were praying for. So for us, that was a miracle. That gave us 10 months of rent. My first miracle was a client who came in. She was 51 years old. And she and her husband had raised 2 or 3 children who were now adults. And she had a very brief affair with her husband's best friend and was pregnant. And she desperately wanted an abortion because she saw her whole life unraveling. And I didn't know what to offer her as a solution other than to hope and pray that her husband would forgive her. And he did, and adopted this little baby. And that was the most difficult and immensely rewarding counseling experience that I ever had.
I was, because we had so many good people around us, and they went after money. And that's how we got started.
Yes, I was surprised. We set the bar pretty low. We thought, well, if we save one baby and one mother, all of this effort has been worth it. So with that low a bar, we did, once that first baby came across the finish line, made it into this world, then the rest was gravy.
Because of you, we are saving babies.
Yes, I want to emphasize it's not about us. There could be any 2 other people sitting here that God chose. But it's the many, many, many people who stepped up either with a donation or a prayer or an offer of baby clothing that are really responsible for any success, if we want to look at it that way, that the corporation has experienced. And we believe that success is for God. Our job here is just to be faithful to that, to His call.